Hey everyone, this is Dante, and today I would love to talk about sacred economics as a applied concept that can transform our lives and has transformed mine and continues to do so in really incredible ways. Sacred economics is the idea that we may return to a culture of gifting, and that through applying gifting in practical ways and conceptual designs, we can help support each other grow and flourish into a new time and into an entire new relationship with ourselves and with money and with the idea of abundance. So there are generally a couple subjects I want to cover within this video. First of all, I want to talk about what is sacred economics and what it looks like. I want to talk about my journey with abundance and how this has helped me, and how my relationship with money is a good example of how when we follow our dreams fully and when we really value ourselves, there is support always, continuously. And I want to talk about an aspect of my journey with abundance, which was a very interesting session I had with the spiritual teacher that became a viral video, with the teacher Bentinha Massaro. The video is called Abundance in Relationship to Money, From Hippie to Happy. And I hope you can see that I am happy and I still pretty much look like a hippie. And I want to talk about money itself and my vision for how this world will change its relationship with money, and the inequality, the fear, the separation, the trauma, the destruction of the planet that is all the result of using this system in fear-based ways. So I think I want to start first with the principle itself. And in sacred economics, it usually works with circles that are sacred containers in which one person is the recipient and some others invite new people to join, and some support the whole process and communicate to make sure that it works. There are a certain number of people who join the group and give a gift of a small amount of money, or in some more traditional containers, large amounts of money, to the recipient person. When the number of gifts required are received, which is usually about 8, the circle divides in half and new people step into the position of receiving. So this is essentially a form of, in our digital age, peer-to-peer crowdfunding, where friends and people across the world from the web join together in order to support someone in initiating new growth and positive intentions in their life with this tool of abundance that really is what makes things happen in the world. So this is also very akin to certain celebrations that are part of our customs already, such as bridal showers, wedding showers, birthday parties, moments when all focus on an individual or a family to support them in a big new chapter or initiation in their journey. Gifting circles are a way to realize that in these times we are called to do big works. We're called to go through big initiations for our spiritual path. Most of the people in these circles are people on spiritual paths who use this to supplement their income, as it is challenging often making income as a light worker still. And there are so many ways that we are overcoming this, and it's really about your vibration. It doesn't have to be challenging, unless it is. The better way of putting that is that it gets easier for me continuously, and so I know that other light workers can have an easier way to move through and support themselves on their journey. For me, the sacred economics is really the reason why I'm still thriving today in this moment and have freedom and choice. Without that, I would be in a different situation. So I am eternally grateful for this. One thing that comes up is, okay, do these circles eventually end? And yeah, they might. It works when the people who join are committed to making it work. The purpose of it is really supporting people on their journey. And there's so many processes that come up as a result of, wow, can I really just receive this for being me? And I'll talk a bit more about my journey with crowdfunding and applications of crowdfunding I've seen at a later point in the video, because this is something that's really powerful. It's really powerful to allow yourself to receive just for the sake of receiving. And I had my own struggles with this. One thing that really helped me, that I come back to in this moment for some reason, is an intuitive healer told me that you can only get what you are karmically allotted. You can only receive what is in your own karma. So to feel guilt or fear that you're receiving from those who are just giving is a big blockage that is common in so many cultures. This prideful holding on to being self-reliant is what divides people. So Teal Swan's put a lot of information out there about a shift to dependence. Dependence does not mean codependence. We have made our focus to become independent. I can do it all on my own. But we forget that we rely on so many people who do incredible work to get us a home, shelter, food, to build a car, etc. We are all in this together. And everyone needs a role to play. We depend on each other already so much. And this shift towards dependence is helping us realize that we are a tribe. We are a tribal planet. We need to unify on this planet, as opposed to continue to divide and be separate and create this big gap between how well one can live a healthy life. And if just, I think it's 14% of the world's population engaged in sacred economics, if people just started giving freely to those who are suffering, those who had the resources to do so, 14% would be enough to end poverty. 50% of the world's population has, or like 1% of the world's population has 50% of the wealth. I'm not good with memorizing these statistics. It's something like that. And it's incredible, the disparity. This is one way that we shift it. And for me, it's changed my relationship with abundance and with money and with myself so much. It's also a powerful community container. So everyone goes through processes when it comes to this, and the coming together of many different people on different paths, all with the same intentions, varying themes on the same core intention, rather, are this family that support and uplift and share these positive messages, share parts of their journey, hold space for each other over great distances about things relating to this sacred economics, and also about things that are just about our own spiritual path and coming into our sovereignty. We're all in great processes right now, and the fractal economics has not, or sacred fractal economics, whatever you, one lineage of sacred economics is describing it as fractal. So sacred economics or fractal economics. Through this, I have made connections in my personal life that have been some of the deepest friendships that I've formed and have shifted my trajectory of life not only has it brought me abundance, before it became financial abundance, this abundance manifested as amazing connections, amazing opportunities. And I went into it with total non-attachment. I gave a small gift knowing that it may or may not work, but if it did work, it would be beautiful. And it's been challenging, though it has worked for me, and I believe it will work for so many other people. So I believe, skip the I believe. My experience has been that when I say, this is what I am doing, Spirit, because I feel your guidance and I trust that the resources will be there for me, it's been that way. I've made rationally very foolish decisions to start traveling or go to a new place with very little money. And I've always found opportunities, whether it was work or whether it was asking for gifts of support. I have been living off of the sacred gifting economy for years already, as I started traveling with little resources and ended up hitchhiking, staying with people, receiving food, receiving support. When I wanted to go through bigger initiations on my path, such as retreats or trainings that have been so crucial in becoming the capable, powerful healer I am, I've done crowdfunding campaigns that have helped me supplement the work that I do. And it's been very powerful, very incredible, to allow myself to receive and always learn how to receive more of that. I know that if you trust and surrender and say, this is what I'm here to do, and ask for that support, you may not get everything you want right away, but you will be propelled in that direction if you really believe in yourself and you really believe you deserve it and you really believe that the path you're on is one of a great offering to Spirit and to this planet. So, one very interesting aspect of my relationship with money and abundance, there was this pivot point in my path about 2 years ago where I went to a retreat with an amazing spiritual teacher, Bentinho Massaro, who has changed his teaching style a lot since that time. Bentinho is probably one of the most wealthy and openly loving of money and loving of his lavish lifestyle of all the spiritual teachers I know. And there is a light side to that and there is a shadow side to that. I was drawn to Bentinho because he had this catalyzing vibration that was one of like, wow, this guy feels really good. This guy really believes in what he's doing. This guy's really giving people powerful experiences. Should check him out. And it was a big investment for me to go to that retreat, though I had just seen that my spiritual work bring more abundance than ever before, and I knew that this was the next initiation, and it was. Whew. Bentinho, you can look up his teachings if you want. I don't want to talk so much about his teachings. They've helped me change my life a lot, and they help a lot of people. For me, it's not the complete teaching. Irrelevant to the point that Bentinho had a lot of really great points, and Bentinho had a lot of really contradictory energies in our time together. From the first day of the retreat, I wanted to raise my hand, but I didn't know what to ask Bentinho. And then it was the second to last day of the retreat when, during one of our lecture sections, he put on this beautiful presentation of his massive crowdfunding campaign that was asking for some hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars. It was very elaborate. There were 8 different or 10 or 20 different specific focuses of why he was raising this money, the things that his Trinfinity would do with that money. And some of them were incredible gifts of service, and some of them, they were all incredible, really. It just baffled me that he was asking for such big amounts of money for essentially nothing. And I thought if Bentinho could just bring in that much money, starting off from a YouTube video he made 10 years ago, I could probably do the same thing, and I should probably ask him how. And I went on stage, and the beautiful positive side of this is that Bentinho helped me gain self-worth. Bentinho was like, well, can you spend this much for food? Can you spend that much? Where's the line? Where do you draw the line? Because so much of how much you let in depends on how much you believe you can bring in, how much you deserve to take in monetary-wise to put out and manifest into other things. How much do you believe you really deserve? And I'm continuously finding how I limit myself and expanding from that initial conversation. It was some aspect of the beliefs around money that I already had experience with, though Bentinho helped me to deepen. One thing that was kind of funny about Bentinho was he was like, well, so you have a lot of judgments about this sort of a person with a lot of money, a businessman, for example. And then he went on to explain, can't judge them, because what you are judging, you are resisting embodying within yourself. There's an aspect of you, Dante, that is a wealthy businessman. There's a timeline of your soul that is a wealthy businessman. Very clever. And very true, very accurate. There is a part of me that really knows how to make negotiations and value myself and how to start a platform, though I'm not interested in this just for myself. Bentinho then went on to judge hippies and explain a lot about hippie culture that's very true. Though I took a little bit of that on myself, and my relationship also with this hippie movement also was kind of sparked, as well as my relationship with money. In truth, I felt for a while quite a bit wronged by this, that I wasn't in my fullest expression of self, that he wasn't fully seeing me, though obviously there's a reason he asked me to be on stage with him, and it wasn't just to make a clown out of me. I'm glad that I brought laughter to others and brought a lot of good insights to others, though I don't really think that Bentinho Massaro went deep into these kinds of issues around money that are so deep. So money is really this tool that divides so much of the time. There's so many fears around not having enough, taking too much, not giving enough, not having enough, not whatever enough, not enough, not enough, not enough, not enough. And the truth is that there's always enough to live and survive in this moment for most of us who are watching this video. When we break ourselves from that fear and bring ourselves to the present moment, we can feel the abundance that's there, though we get what we believe we deserve. And I believe that the push to really ask for support and to give freely of support in the form of money is something that is very transformative. Really, if those in power and in control started focusing people to support those in developing nations and within our own developed nations who are suffering, the world would change and be very different. And so much of these technologies, fossil fuels, there's already free energy, there's already clean energy. we have this advanced technology hidden. There's so much fear-based energy that gets people to spend money on so many things that they don't actually really need. There's so much wealth, and there's so much fear of losing that wealth that it still pains me. And I know that speaking about these things and using sacred economics as a platform is very transformative. Maybe I'm too idealistic, or maybe I am not. I don't really think I am when I say that if we really spread the information about these new technologies and let people who aren't informed about it know that there are other ways, things would be very different. We need to demand of our leaders and spread the information that free, clean energy is possible, sharing the wealth is possible, reversing all of this is possible, and really the foundation of that is bringing people to step into love in their hearts for themselves and for each other, to act in love. Love must be embodied in our actions towards each other. And as we change our consciousness from one of me, to one of, wow, I'm so empathic and sensitive that what affects everyone is always affecting me. Wow, we are not separate individuals. We are a part of something bigger, and all of the human energy fields around me have an effect on me. All of what happens on this planet has an effect on me. When we stop suppressing and staying stuck in the mind and rest in the heart to feel true compassion for everyone and everything, we will wake up out of this and we will be motivated to help and support each other. And sacred economics is a step in that, for us to learn how to give a gift unconditionally of love, to share and support each other, knowing fundamental law of energy that what you put out comes back. That simplifies it more than karma. What you put out comes back. The intentions and the vibrations that you put out come back to you. If you feel and believe you are abundant enough to give something freely, energy will return to you in another form, and you can't control it. You can't have an attachment to it, or that prevents it from really coming back to you. And sacred economics has showed me that in so many ways, because you have to give in first before you receive. And what you receive is so, so powerful. We all deserve a totally abundant life. We all deserve to thrive and manifest all of our dreams. It's possible, and we have to believe it and know that what we're bringing here is important. So that's a little introduction to sacred economics and part of my journey. What more to say? Yeah, I mean, it empowers you to step into that vibration of abundance. It shows you when you're not in the vibration of abundance within the sacred economics container, that is reflected back to you. It teaches you how to relate and to communicate in deeper ways. It teaches you to believe in yourself and love. It teaches you how to give and how to receive. So many people don't know how to receive. And it teaches us how to really come together and learn how to depend on each other again. And that's something that I've been coming back to a lot, and my understanding of this, something that has helped me fully believe in this more, is to see how much this desire to be fiercely independent keeps us stuck and keeps us separate. Everyone has needs emotionally that can only be met through relationship. No one is purely independent. No one gets what they need purely on their own. There's always so many other people playing a role and adding to that journey. And yeah, this shows us, because in this container, everyone needs to show up in order for it to work. And when you do show up, it blossoms. And to really receive and feel that support and love, and know that beyond what you offer as a service and as a teaching and as something to help other people that they can pay you for, you can receive gifts purely for your own presence, purely because you are bringing light into this reality. And my greatest teacher in human form always said that in the times to come, we are now going to learn how to turn light energy into physical money. Light energy is, you can also call it love. It's probably even better referred to as love. Love, light, light, love is the kind of fabric of reality at higher levels and higher dimensions. Everything happens through love, and it takes love to create manifestations. Things are non-physical and they're not bound by time. This might spin your head for people who are less metaphysically oriented, though just consider this. In other dimensions, things manifest instantly, and the more you are grounded in this higher vibration of love, the easier that happens. Now, in this reality, it operates under the same principle, though we have to also navigate through these structures and belief systems that we've established on this planet. Money is the closest vibration to what is love in a higher dimension, because money is what makes things happen here. The level of love you raise your vibration to in other dimensions is what determines how you manifest, how you move about, how you create. And here we need money to do that. For me, this has just come to show me that money is a gift of love. How much people love the service that I offer determines how much they're willing to pay me for it. How much people love the presence and energy I bring determines how much people will join the sacred economics groups that I'm a part of. And how much love we share in the group determines how much it flows and blossoms. Gosh, it's brought me to love life a lot more, because I know more of what I set out upon to be true, that when you really follow your dream and vision and ask for that support, even if it's a silent prayer, the universe is going to bring it back to you. At some point you will have to learn to open your mouth to ask for that support, and hopefully it's before you end up in a dire situation. I've had to end up in dire situations before I learned how to open my throat and say, hey, please help me. And because of those experiences, I don't hesitate anymore. There's still some beliefs in the way. There is for all of us. That's just this age on this planet. We're getting to these free points where we feel the freedom that comes when we really erase a belief system. And there's so many belief systems about money that we're here to erase, in order to bring a unified, balanced, harmonic planet where everyone has enough and everyone can thrive and follow their heart's desire fully, where energy is clean and free, and where our siblings up there who I channel and increasingly more people channel are going to be able to land and ground here. It's going to be incredible, beautiful, and your level of love for yourself and for others is your greatest vote for that. Raise your vibration in love, and if you want to bring in more abundance into your life, you can contact me about the Sacred Economics platforms and more about these systems, or anything really. If you want to talk about your journey or relationship to abundance and how to transform some of this, I can also support you in the sessions I offer in that way. Though please contact me about sacred economics. I'll have a lot more information to share, and I would love to share the journey with you because it is so powerful to build these connections through the platform. People that have been in these groups have become some of my greatest friends, and yeah, the last thing is that it's when you gift in, you receive a lot from the lessons that you learn there, and the people there are very intelligent and high vibration, and every group brings a different lesson, though the lessons and the power of that community that you get, even if you don't get this very large sum of money that is the end result of one small initial gift, is so incredible and rewarding. And I see so many fractals flourishing and continuing to flourish. So many, fractal means mandala, a group within this sacred economics platform. Anyway, I've shared a lot. It's been very fun. We're hitting 31, which is one of my favorite numbers. So this is a really good place to end this video. I love you. I thank you. I bless you. Have the best day ever.